And we are live. Jeff, you hear me okay?
Hey, are we on?
Yep, we're live. We're rolling. How
Right
you
on.
doing?
Right on.
We are launching. I want to welcome everybody who is listening on the replay. We are live. We are announcing the winner of the Euro School and the gear giveaway, the big prize pack, and we have Jeff with Maverick Fly Fishing on with us tonight to add a little comic relief as we roll along. How you doing, Jeff? So yeah, I want to welcome. We got a bunch of people on here. We've got Patrick from Philadelphia. We got Alan. We've got Martin from Michigan. A bunch of people on here. Bart, how's it going? Matthew Davis from Montana, Colorado. Looks like we got folks from all around the country. So this is awesome. We're gonna be jumping in here before we announce the winner of the big event, which is going to be the trip, all the gear, essentially the $6,000 prize pack. We're going to be giving away some bonus products from Jeff tonight from Maverick. And before we get there, maybe Jeff, you just want to introduce yourself again, tell us who you are and what you got going.
Yeah, my name is Jeff from Maverick Fly Fishing, and welcome everybody. And I hope somebody tonight that's watching wins this trip. It's going to be great. Yeah, Maverick, we specialize in Euro nymphing, and we're pushing the package with ultralight ESN gear and new techniques. And we want to help you catch more fish. We want you to fish more effectively, but more simple and a little more streamlined. We push for versatility in ESN, and we're always exploring new ways to fish. We want you to fish streamers, nymphs, dries, and all on your ESN rig. Yeah, so we have a lot of videos showing kind of some newer techniques and some of our newer gear that we have.
Right on.
Yeah.
And it looks like we've got so we got a few more people on here. Just want to, as we're going, hey everyone, Brandon from Idaho. Our trip is actually to Idaho. We're heading over to the Henry's Fork and the South Fork of the Snake. That's the big giveaway. So somebody tonight is going to win that trip, and we had a bunch of entries. And but on top of that, anybody who is here live, we're going to be giving away a few additional products. So we're going to announce the big winner in probably about 30 minutes. But until we get there, we're going to give away about 3 or 4 other products. So I'm Dave from the Wet Fly Swing podcast. Nice to meet everyone. Those who I haven't seen yet before out here. Looks like we got Mark from New York. Justin, hey Justin, how you doing, buddy? He's all the way out on the East Coast as well. Colby, good to see everyone here. So let's just jump into this, Jeff. Let's talk. You're going to give away. We're going to start small. We're going to start with like some fly time materials, and then we're going to build up to you're going to give away a rod tonight as well, an extra Euro nymphing rod. But let's start with that. The question, I'm going to throw out a question to everybody, and all you have to do is answer. Send me a DM on Facebook. So just the first person that gets the answer right, we'll be giving that away. So the first question is what is your bead color for Euro nymphing, your best seller? So that's the question to everybody. So send me a DM on Facebook, and whoever gets the right answer, and we'll ask that. We'll have Jeff answer that here in a little bit. So let's see here. So Jeff, tell us a little bit before we get there. Tell us a little about the comp stuff, like the beads, and what do people need to know if they're new to Euro nymphing? Is it different than just normal nymph fishing?
Some of it is, some of it isn't. Some of it is very specialized. Our product line is focused on just the essentials for Euro nymph and tightline techniques. We sell the Stinger micro reel. We sell a great ESN convertible rod, line leader systems, and we sell some competition style hooks and beads. So kind of the essentials, and the way we package it up is, just what you need. Yeah, just what you need, and as you expand your knowledge and your skills, you can go outside of that, but we want to be a good place to start.
Yeah, there we got you.
Yeah, and we also want to be a good place if you're a very experienced Euro nympher to kind of look and see what kind of new ideas and what some of the new things are that we're doing, and maybe you can use them, maybe you can't.
Perfect. And so tell us, what is the answer to the best-selling bead color?
Well, it's tough because I would say right now our best selling bead color is black.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So it's everybody's favorite.
Is it?
Yeah. What I do is the bigger bead I use, the darker color I go. I tend to go darker on the bigger stuff. But sometimes I use big number four 4 millimeter beads on a silver beads on a fly. But it's all different. But I think that what I see are the larger beads, kind of like me. The larger beads are a little darker, and the smaller beads tend to be a little brighter. But
Hmm.
that's just kind of what I see on our end.
Yeah.
Um,
So black is a good one. So the hot spot stuff, the pinks, the reds, all that stuff is not as good as black.
right. Or mixing a hotspot with a black. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Everyone has their preferences, to be honest. Um,
Yeah, gotcha. So the first person, we'll just say here, we got Salty Flies out there was the first person that sent a DM here. So we got Salty Flies as the winner of the first pack, and we're going to be giving away some. Talk about that, Jeff. What are you going to be handing out here? Some hooks and stuff like that.
yeah. What? How about for this first one? We give away some beads.
Okay,
We've got this master pack bead pack,
perfect.
and this pack is it has all of our sizes and all of our colors, 10 of each. So this is a 200 bead pack, and it's retails for $60, but you get everything. It's a good starter pack. And
Mm-hmm.
then as you start to see what beads you prefer, which ones you like more, then you can buy the refill packs
Okay,
for 850. But
gotcha.
yeah, this is a good place to start. So why don't we give
Yep.
that away, and then we'll.
And are those a mix of tungsten? Is that all tungsten? A mix of tungsten? What do you use out there?
They're all tungsten, and they're all slotted.
And they're all
So
slotted.
yeah, and we're trying to keep things simple. You can use slotted beads on straight hooks. It doesn't have to be a jig hook.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most versatile bead, I find, because you can rotate the bead and put the weight where you want it. If you want it on the outside of your hook, or if you want it on the inside. So it's pretty versatile. So I use slotted beads on everything.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Perfect. Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. All right. So good. So we got the first winner out for let me just reset here. For those just joining, we're going to be announcing the winner of the big Euro nymphing school giveaway, the fly fishing trip, along with the gear pack worth $6,000. That's going to be coming here shortly in about 25 minutes or so. But before then, we're giving away a bunch of bonus products for those that are on here. And Jeff just gave away a pack of beads. And we're going to be Jeff's here with Maverick Fly Fishing. He's going to be talking a little more about what we're going to be giving away here in a bit. So let's start with the next one. Let's just jump right into this. And this is always a big question on the line and leader, right? So are we going to give away? What's the next thing we're going to give away here tonight?
You want to give away some hooks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So we have a hook line. We have four. I mean, Dave, there's a lot of hooks out there, a lot of sizes and a lot of styles. What we try to do is we try to focus on just what's good for Euro nymphing. So we basically have it down to four essential styles and 5 sizes of each.
And before we jump into this, Jeff, let's give everybody easy. Whoever wants to win the hooks. For those that are listening, all you got to do is tell me who our guest is here tonight. What his company is. So for those that are just joining us, the first person to throw that out, we got Jeff here, but what's his company? And then we'll give you a pack of hooks. So go ahead, Jeff. Let's dig into this. So tell us 5 minutes. What do we need to know? And we already have a winner here. It looks like, so I'll announce that in a little bit. But go ahead, Jeff. Let's see what we got. Give us a little rundown of the hooks.
We sell these hook packs, and what these are we only sell 4 styles of hooks. The most common or the most popular. So we sell jig hooks, obviously, and we sell some straight hooks. We've got a double long streamer hooks, and we've got some curve hooks. So each pack comes with all sizes that we carry, all 5 sizes, and let's see. So they come in all sizes, and this pack retails for let's see, $25. And again, once you start running out of the size that you find that you use most, then you can just go buy these refill packs here.
What do you think is the most common? What's the most common hook do you think you use?
The most common hook that is the jig hook, which is called our M10.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jig hook in a size 14 and 16 are our
Okay,
most
14
popular.
and 16.
By,
So
by
for all
far, yeah.
that, for all the Euro, for all the I think of some of the flies we used that day we were on the river, but any of the typical stuff, that hook is going to be good in these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in general, Euro nymph hooks. The most popular is a jig hook, and I don't even think it's so much for the jigging motion, but because they hang up less on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I yeah. If the hook is riding upside down or inverted, then it's going to hook up. It's going to hook up on the bottom a little less. And if you're getting that fly down to the bottom of the river, then and that's what you want. But the curve hooks and the workhorse hook is the straight hook for uh, wet hackle flies or wet flies, and then yeah, those work great too.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's announce the next winner here. And I have it right here. Jonah Clark, you are the winner of the Maverick hook set here. So
All
Jonah,
right.
we've got you. We'll reach out to you by email. And this is awesome. So let's keep moving along. A quick little reset. We are giving away the big event, the big winner today for the Euro School trip to Idaho, the Henry's Fork, South Fork of the Snake, fully guided, all expenses paid trip, and a big gear pack, which includes some products from Maverick. We also have a bunch of other products. We've got the Echo is on board. Loon is given some fly tie-in materials. We got a bunch of big packs. So we're going to be announcing that in about 20 minutes or so tonight. But before we get there, we're going to be giving away some more products. So Jeff, let's keep rolling on this. So the next thing, let's just go right into the reel, because the reel is the thing that I think you stand out quite a bit from the pack on. And for that question, let's think. Do you have a question for folks to answer? A real easy one we can get out there.
Okay, let's see.
I got one for you if you don't have one. I got one that's not as easy, but I think some people might get it. Let me throw it out there. So what is the name of Jeff of the Maverick Euro nymphing reel? The main reel that Jeff, there it is right there. So it's probably something you may not have seen before, but if anybody knows, send me a DM on Facebook, and the first person to get it, we'll let those roll. So Jeff, tell us a little bit about this reel. Why are we looking at a reel here that is not circular like we're used to? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm trying to keep the design really low profile, and I'm trying to keep it very light. Remember that the main purpose of the reel is to manage your line, to hold your line, and if you're fishing for big fish, you need a good drag system to slow that fish down if he runs. But in Euro nymphing, we're not really doing that, and the line that we use is really thin. Let me see if I can. It's very thin.
Mm-hmm.
This whole package weighs 3.5 grams, so it's very thin and light. And this is the whole package. This is 50 feet of line and 12-foot leader. So as you can see, it doesn't take up almost zero room on your spool. So that's why I'm able to wrap line on something so small. And because I can do that, I can keep it very low profile and tight to the center axis of the rod. Which makes your rod perform better by reducing that mass and that weight.
Nice. And part of that is all, we talked a little bit about this on the podcast you're on with us that we have that we had when we had the Euro week, but the balance, right? That's a big part of this. Is you talked about that. The balance isn't something you're super worried about on the rod.
Right. And that's because to get balance, you usually need to add weight. Because the rods are getting longer, so reels, if you want to balance it, it's going to get heavier, and so adding weight is what's really going to give you shoulder strain and wear out your arm. So if you can keep the weight low and keep the mass down, remember that the more mass you add to your reel, the more force. If you go back to that physics equation, force equals mass times acceleration. If you add mass, you are going to, two things are going to happen. You're going to have to increase your force, or you're going to have to decrease your acceleration. Or a combination of those two. So So yeah, your casts are going to get slow if you don't have the force. If you're small, if you're a smaller person, you just don't have that power to push that big reel or that big rig. So you're going to start casting slower. Um, but if you want to maintain that same amount of power, then you're going to have to to overcome that mass. You're going to have to increase your acceleration.
Nice. Nice. And you're talking, and if anybody wants to follow us up, we'll put a link here in the show notes so people can listen to that full length podcast episode, because you're talking about some stuff that's a little bit higher level than probably some of us listed here on the physics and everything, but it makes sense when you listen to it, what you're talking about here. But let's give away, let's do this. Let's give away the winner for this reel, the Maverick Stinger reel right now. And the first person who got it right, who mentioned, was Tiffany Widmer. So Tiffany, if you are still on, you are the winner of the Stinger reel. You've got yourself a brand new Maverick Euro nymphing reel. So let's keep moving along. Let's do a quick reset, and then we'll move on to the next one, which is actually going to be a pretty nice. Go ahead.
That reel also comes with the tracer line kit. So
perfect.
So
nice.
And if it's that line kit, we make it in 4 different sizes, and it comes with a size medium, which is a 15-pound mono. And if there's something that Tiffany wants that's more custom, just let me know, and I'll make her up a custom leader for it. Or if she wants one of our other standard, a size small or a micro leader, whatever she wants, I'll put it on here.
Perfect. Yeah, I just saw that Tiffany saw that, and she said she's super happy. We got a bunch of congrats from some folks on. So, hey, Willie, I see Willie's on here, Sue, and some other folks I've been talking to since we've been doing this Euro event. So this is awesome. The next thing is going to be even bigger. I think you're going to actually give away a bonus Euro nymphing rod. So this is going to be the next thing we're going to dig into here. Before we do that, let's do a quick reset for those just joining us. We are giving away the grand prize here in probably about 15 minutes, give or take, for the winner of the Euro nymphing trip to the Henry's Fork, the South Fork, and the Snake. This is all expenses paid trip plus the prize pack and all the gear, and that's including Maverick. You're giving away some other products. We've got Showed Outdoors giving away some waders, some boots. We've got flies. Pretty much this is a solid pack, and it's worth about $6,000. So we're going to be announcing the winner of that tonight. But before we get there, let's jump into the next one. So we're going to do this rod, and this was one I kind of struggled with coming up with a good question, because this is a big prize we're going to give away to somebody right now. So what do you think? Do you have a question in mind, Jeff?
Let's say first one is who can tell me how many sections this rod is.
That's good. There you go. All right, you got it. So whoever can answer the number of sections, and Jeff, and so we got a bunch of answers coming in, a ton of answers.
I didn't talk about it yet. Do I need to talk about it?
Exactly. I think this one we're going to have to. We had so many replies. We are going to have to follow back and check the judges on this one.
Okay.
But let's talk about first, before we give away the answer. Let's talk about your rod. So this is a Euro nymphing rod. What does somebody need to know that doesn't know much about Euro? What is the difference between a Euro nymphing rod specifically, and then how is that different from the regular rod?
Yeah, good question. Well, Euro nymph rods they're typically longer. Your standard fly rod is a 9'5" weight. Euro nymph rods, the standard is going to be a 10 or maybe a 10.5 foot 3 weight, and they're longer. So because they're longer, they're going to be lighter, and to make them lighter, they're going to probably be a little bit more expensive. They do have a softer tip section, and that softer tip helps you cast those weighted flies, because remember, you're not casting weighted fly line. Your Euro nymph line has basically zero weight to it. It's nothing. So you really have to feel the weight of that fly. So that soft tip section really helps there. And then to get that really quick snapping action, you need kind of a stiffer butt and a little stiffer midsection. So I guess think of it like think of a Euro nymph rod as kind of like a fly swatter, right? You just need to snap that tip and get that fly out there. And if your fly swatter was too soft, right, you wouldn't be able to control it or get that. So it's got to be pretty stiff, but that end has to have that acceleration at the very end to just kind of shoot that fly out there.
Yep. That's it. So it's got a super, super light tip. And so you're right. And what is the length of this rod, the length and weight?
Our rod is a 10'3", and the weight is 3.3 ounces. And what's different about our rod is it's a convertible. So it can be fished at 10'3", and it's got 5 sections. So when you remove the one extension section, you can fish it as a 9-footer. So a 9-footer, and the flex gets a little soft. The butt end of the rod gets a little bit softer, so it starts to feel a little bit more like a 2-weight. But when you add this and the extension section to make it a 10'3", it starts to feel more like a 3 or a 4-weight. And the sizing, the numbers of weights, it's kind of screwed up with Euro nymph rods. I mean, 3 line weight compared to a 5-weight, you can't really compare the two, because a 5-weight you're casting heavier line, a weighted line, whereas Euro nymph line you're casting very light line. So I don't know where they get the 3 from, but I would say that a 10-foot 3-weight is equivalent to about a 9-foot 5-weight as far as how big of fish you can handle and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. Can you use this rod with a normal line?
Yes. And that's the weird thing, is that a 3-weight Euro rod can handle 1, 2, 3, and even 4-weight lines.
Oh, wow. Normal weight forward floating lines.
Yeah. So to call it a 3-weight, it's a little confusing, but if you're casting a small line, like a 1-weight weight forward line, you just adjust your casting so you're using more of the tip. Whereas if you're casting something like a 4-weight line with this, or a 5-weight, then you want to adjust your casting so you're using more of the butt end of the rod. So it varies. You can cast a lot of different lines with a Euro rod, and they're all pretty much like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, like we said, we're gonna put a link out. We'll send a link here. I could probably do that in a bit to the podcast episode where you talked in deep in all of these topics. You go a lot deeper here, but we're going to announce the winner of this rod here in a little bit, and this is going to be the it's kind of like getting to the fall summit, right? This is going to be the first step before we announce the big winner of this thing. So what is the so tell us how many pieces does this rod have?
So I said it. Did anybody answer 5? Who was the first person that said 5?
I got it right here. I got the first person to answer, because we had a number of answers. A lot of people were in the 4, 6s. There was a ton of responses, but I've got Jay Williams. Jay Williams was the first person to send a DM to me. And so Jay, you are the winner of an awesome Euro nymphing rod. So if we'll follow up with you on email, and we'll get that to you, and then we'll be good to go. So this is good. So we're doing well. How do you think we're looking here, Jeff? Anybody listening here that wants another Euro nymphing tip, what would you give them? We had that great day on the water down when we fished. What'd you tell me that got me to my first fish?
There's only one time to catch. There's only one thing you could do one time, and that's catch a fish on your very first cast of the day. And I think about that every time I step into the water. It's like you only have that one chance, and I've only done it once, and I saw you do it. I've never seen anyone else do it. I'm sure, it's just it's kind of like getting a hole in one, I guess. And maybe if you're on a real fishy water, it's pretty common, but out here, it's just a lot tougher. So. I would say though that Euro nymphing is not about the gear and the flies and the reel. It's about the technique more than anything else. And if you have good tight line techniques, you can use a 9-foot 5-weight. Basically, you can use any kind of rod. So I would say, if you don't have the techniques, you can buy the nicest Euro nymph reel, rod, line, flies, everything. And you're not going to see the results. But you can take a guy that's got the technique down, and he can fish any rod and reel with Euro nymph techniques, and he's going to perform.
Yeah, there you go. And I see Ken Shoemaker is out there. He says it's bad luck to catch a fish on your first cast. So
Is it?
yeah, that's apparently. And we also have another one, Jack Huddy. Actually, we got some good comments coming through here. So I hadn't heard that one before, but you know what? That's all good. In fact, that may have been the first time I've ever caught a fish on my first cast. So maybe,
yeah, and maybe you haven't caught a fish since. And then thinking
exactly.
about it, I don't think
That may be true. That may be true. Okay.
Yeah, maybe he's right.
Good. Well, let's see. So we're doing well here. So we've got basically everything we were going to give away tonight is out there. What we have left is to give away the grand prize, which is to announce the winner of the big trip to the Henry's Fork. And just a quick reset for those that are just coming in, we're going to be giving away the winner of the big trip to fish the Henry's Fork, the South Fork, the Snake. This is kind of the Euro Nymphing School. We're going to be going out with Pete Erickson, who has just won the gold medal with Team USA. He's going to be our guide on this trip. He's got his team come along, and we're also going to have a big prize pack of all this gear, including products from Maverick Fly Fishing, from Echo. Luna's on board. We got Lamson. For those that know Lamson, they're giving away a reel. We've got Yakota Supply with a bag. We've got fly boxes from Drift Hook. A big prize pack from everybody. So it's exciting to announce this. We're going to do it in a few minutes here. Before we do that, Jeff, and before we get the drum roll going, anything else you want to give a shout out to anybody about what you have going at Maverick that we didn't talk about either tonight or on the podcast?
How much time do we got?
let's give it to see if you can do the 2-minute drill. You got 2 minutes, and then we'll announce the winner.
The 2-minute drill. I feel like I made Truckee the river too hard to fish, but I don't want to make it seem like that. I want it's an amazing place. It's Lake Tahoe. So anytime you can get out here and fish is great. It's just a little bit. You just have to have a little bit more tools in your bag, I guess, to come out here and be successful. But if you're good, come out and enjoy it. I don't want to scare anyone away by saying it's just too hard to fish. The fish you're going to catch here are probably going to be the most amazing fish anywhere. So it's worth the challenge. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, that's great. And I just saw a couple comments come through about questions about the grand prize. Yeah, this is just we're going to be drawing this. There won't be any questions. This has been something we've been through Euro Week. We've been preparing for, and I do see Scott Keith give a shout out to you, Jeff. He says he's been loving your videos and loving what you have going on your YouTube channel. So that's a nice little shout out. And we got a couple shout outs as well on the podcast for the Wet Fly Swing podcast. But that was exciting, with the Truckee that day, because I hadn't fished that before. And you hear a lot about, that area, and not knowing it was cool because it was pretty, I guess that's pretty technical fishing, right? You feel like that's what it is?
Yeah, the whole Truckee experience is pretty special, and Scott's a local. He's a very good fly angler here, and he's part of the whole Trout Creek Outfitters crew, the dedicated fly shop we have here in town. So we didn't have a lot of time, but I definitely wanted you to swing by there and see the crew and what they got going there. And I would say that's just the best place to start if you want to come fish the Truckee. You don't have to be a Euro Nymph expert. Didn't mean to make it seem like you got to know your stuff before you come out here. There's a lot of ways to fish the Truckee River, and there's a lot of good guides that'll help you. Trout Creek Outfitters will set you up with whatever you need. Just get out here. It's just an amazing place, and it's why I chose to move here and live here.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, that's something we're going to announce a little bit later on the podcast as well. We got some cool stuff going with you where you're going to be, we're going to be talking about giving some trips, or at least one trip away to get somebody out to your neck of the woods. So we'll talk more about that at a later point. But right now, let's get this rolling, and let's give away the big prize for everybody listening. Everybody's been waiting for almost a half an hour now to announce this. So this is exciting. So one more time for those just coming on, we've got a trip to the Henry's Fork, the South Fork, the Snake. We're going to be staying at an amazing place. We've got Pete Erickson, who just won the gold medal this last year. He's been around the Euro Nymphing space from day one, and he's going to be our teacher along with his team. And we're going to be giving away a big prize pack. Jeff's giving away another rod reel combo. We got I think it's the Shadow X Euro nymphing rod from Echo. Loon's giving away a bunch of fly tying products. Umpqua is giving away a really awesome vest, or not a vest, I guess technically it's their tactical vest. Yeah, exactly. They got that.
Chest pack,
yeah, the chest pack, exactly. I just don't want to, we got a whole prize pack of folks on board. So it's worth $6,000 is what we're giving away here in a minute. So just want to get the drum roll. Let's do this. You ready to give it away, Jeff?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. This is the winner for the big prize pack, and we have the winner. Drum roll, please. We'll add in the sound effects. There we go. There we go. Drum roll, please. And the winner is Casey McLaughlin. Casey McLaughlin from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Casey.
So Casey is the big winner. So Casey, and for anybody listening, we're going to give Casey 3 days to respond to us to accept the winning. And if there's a chance this was some spam or something like that, we're going to give him time. But if not, we're going to come back to the table here. And if he doesn't respond to us, we are going to look for another winner. So just so you're aware, we're going to follow up with some emails this week. But Casey, if you're listening, please reach out to us. I'm not sure if you're on the live chat here. There's been a lot of congrats, a lot of congratulations from Don and lots of folks out there. Paul McMillan, Jason, awesome. This is great. So looking forward to catching up with everybody on the next one. We're going to be doing actually another one of these here in about a month, and we're going to be doing some stuff around Steelhead and some Stillwater trips and giveaways coming up. So everybody stay tuned for that. Jeff, any last words before we head out of here?
No, congratulations, Casey. It's a long drive.
Yeah, actually, we were just in Ohio this not too long ago, and it's actually an easy flight. That's the cool thing. It is a little bit of it. Have you ever driven Ohio to?
Never.
Yeah, never. Yeah, exactly. That'd be a little, but hopefully we'll see. We'll get Casey out on a flight and we'll take care of that. But let's leave it at that, and we'll thank everybody for being on here. We had a great turnout, and congrats on everybody who won and everybody who didn't. We're going to be doing this again, like I said, and you can catch up with the podcast for any of the other upcoming events we have going. So, Jeff, I guess we'll leave it at that. Thanks again for putting the time here, and we'll be in touch with you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Dave.
All right, thanks, everyone. We'll catch you all soon.
All right.
See you, Jonah. See you, Scott. See you, everybody. Blaze. Catch you soon.
Thanks.
All right.